You know how you see those headlines, right? The S&P 500 hits a new all-time high, and we all think, wow, the market is on fire. But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? Today, we're going to dive deep into a tool that's like a stethoscope for the market, letting us hear its true underlying pulse. So when you see a major index like the S&P 500 just soaring, it's so easy to assume everything is fantastic. But is that strength really spread across the entire market? Or is the whole rally being propped up by just a handful of superstar stocks, while most of the others are actually treading water or even sinking? That is the critical question we have to answer. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got the rising index. That's what we see above the water, looking big and strong. But underneath, the number of stocks actually participating in that rally could be getting smaller and smaller. This hidden weakness is what the pros call poor market breadth. So to really get our heads around this, we're going to break our journey down into 6 parts. We'll start by understanding this idea of the market's hidden pulse. Then we'll decode the tool designed to measure it, see how it actually works, and learn to read its basic signals. After that, we'll get into some pro-level insights, and finally, wrap it all up by putting it in the right perspective, as a powerful tool, not some magic oracle. First up, the market's hidden pulse. Let's kick things off by exploring why it's so important to look past the headline numbers to get a true picture of the market's health. You know, a really great way to think about market breadth is like an EKG for the stock market. An EKG doesn't just tell you if a person is alive or not, it shows you the quality of their heartbeat, the strength, the rhythm. Well, that's exactly what market breadth indicators do. They measure the vital signs of a trend by seeing how many stocks are actually rising versus falling. Okay, so now let's meet the specific tool we're here to talk about. It's one of the most respected, time-tested instruments for doing exactly this, the McClellan Oscillator. So, a little backstory for you. This indicator was developed way back in 1969 by a husband and wife team, Sherman and Marion McClellan, and it was designed to solve the very problem we've been talking about. It takes that raw, core data of market breadth, simply the number of advancing stocks minus the declining ones, and uses it to figure out the market's underlying momentum. And here is where their genius really shines. See, the McClellans weren't just looking at the raw numbers. They wanted to measure the rate of change, the acceleration or deceleration of that breadth. Think about it. It's like going from just knowing your car's speed to knowing exactly how hard your foot is pressing on the gas pedal. It's a whole other level of information. So how in the world do you measure something like acceleration in the market? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look at the mechanics of how the McClellan Oscillator is actually built. Now, it might sound a little complex, but it's really this beautiful, elegant 4-step process. First, you get the daily net advances. Simple enough. Then you create 2 separate moving averages of that data. One is a fast 19-day average for short-term momentum. The other is a slower 39-day average for the longer-term trend. The final value? It's just the difference between the two. That's it. It's this constant battle between the short term and the long term that reveals the market's acceleration. And here's the secret sauce, the use of exponential moving averages, or EMAs. A simple average treats all data the same, but an EMA is smarter. It gives more weight to what happened today and yesterday. For a momentum indicator, that is absolutely crucial. It makes the oscillator so much more sensitive and responsive to what's happening in the market right now. All right, so we've built our indicator. We have this single number that bounces around a zero line. But what does it all mean? Let's start decoding the basic signals. This is the most fundamental reading, the absolute baseline. When the oscillator is positive, above that zero line, it just means the short-term momentum is stronger than the long-term momentum. Simple. That points to a bullish environment where buyers are in control. And on the flip side, a negative reading suggests that bearish momentum is building as more and more stocks start to fall. But we can go deeper than just positive or negative. We can look for the extremes. Think of it like a rubber band. When the oscillator gets stretched way up, say above plus 100, it can signal an overbought market. Optimism might be getting a little too frothy. And when it snaps way down below minus 100, that signals an oversold market, where pessimism is so high that a bounce could be just around the corner. Okay, those basics are super useful, for sure. But to really unlock the oscillator's true potential, we have to move beyond just looking at a single number. This is where we start thinking like a seasoned pro. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from Tom McClellan, the son of the creators, says it all. He makes it crystal clear. The number itself doesn't matter nearly as much as what that number has been doing. It's about the patterns. That's why their book was called Patterns for Profit, not Numerical Values for Profit. That says everything, doesn't it? So let's put that idea to the test with a real-world question. Imagine the oscillator reads -50 today, and then you look back 6 months and it also hit -50 then. Do those two identical readings mean the same thing? And the answer is a big, resounding no, not even close, because context is everything. Think about it. A reading of -50 while the indicator is climbing up from a super deep low, well, that's actually a sign of improving strength. That's bullish. But that same -50, if it's on its way down from a high peak, that's a sign of weakness getting worse. That's bearish. Same number, totally different stories. So what are these magical patterns? Well, one of the biggest ones is called a divergence. This is when the price index and the oscillators start telling two different stories. For example, the S&P 500 might be making a brand new high, but the oscillator is making a lower high. That's a huge red flag, a bearish divergence, warning you that the rally is running out of gas internally. Then you've got something called a breath thrust. This is an explosive move, where the oscillator just rockets from a deeply negative, pessimistic level to a strongly positive one. It's like a starting gun, often signaling the beginning of a powerful, healthy new uptrend. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground, from the math behind it to these advanced patterns. So let's bring it all home and talk about the right mindset for using this indicator effectively. Look, no indicator is a silver bullet, right? And the oscillator's no different. On the plus side, it gives you an incredible view of the market's real strength. Those divergences can be fantastic early warnings, and it's great at spotting extremes. But it can give false signals in choppy markets, and because it's built on moving averages, there's always a bit of a lag. Most importantly, it's not a simple red light, green light system. You can't use it in a vacuum. And that really brings us to the most crucial takeaway of all. The McClellan Oscillator is not a crystal ball. Its real power, its true magic, is unlocked when you use it as one tool in a bigger toolbox. You use it with other analysis to confirm your ideas and build a rich, complete picture of what the market is actually doing. And this leaves us with the final and maybe the most important thought. The biggest shift this tool offers is in the questions we ask. It helps us move away from the impossible game of trying to predict the future, asking, what will the market do next, and toward the much more powerful act of diagnosis, asking, how healthy is the market's current trend? And believe me, understanding that difference is the key to taking your market analysis to a whole new level.